I graduated from international business schools, both in London and in America as well. And initially, I wasn't going to the skincare industry, but I had the opportunity about 25 years ago to invest in a skincare company as a dormant partner. And the main partner decided to sell his shares, and I bought his shares. So I'm now the majority partner in the Aquatanel group. So it came as an accident initially, and I love so much the business in terms of developing products, selling the products overseas, meeting people and doing something constructive for people, that I decided to remain in the skincare business. This is back about 25 years ago, and we created different skincare type dedicated to different markets. Our main brand today is Aquatanel. Aquatanel is a retail and professional brand for treatment, offering facial and body products. The brand is selling in about 35 or 38 countries around the world, essentially dedicated on the beauty salons and spas. So sold through beauty salons. It's not sold in department stores and supermarkets and so forth. We are considering as a professional brand. The second brand that you have, it's more medical. It's called Beauty Med. It's medical cosmetics. We sell it either through beauty salons or through dermatologists, medical clinics, depending in which country we are in. In Asia, it's essentially the beauty salons, whereas in the Middle East, it's more through the dermatologists or the medical clinics as well. Same in Europe, by the way. And the third brand that we have is called Talaspa. It's only for body professional products. The experience has been that one of my friends launched the Aquatanel company 25 years ago. And initially I was a partner, financial partner, but I wasn't operational, on a dormant position. And my partner decided for personal reason to move out of the business. And he gave me the opportunity to buy his shares. At that time, Aquatanel was a marketing company, really. We were formulating the products and selling and distributing the products overseas, but all the manufacturing was basically subcontracted to a specialized company. And when I stepped in, we decided, and the business was growing, to develop our own manufacturing facilities, our own producing, filling, research and development and so forth. So we installed the company in Brittany, a small village called Aller. It's located between Rennes and Nantes. It takes about 3 hours by TGV from Paris. And this is where we set up our manufacturing facilities. Our company is ISO qualified. It's a modern, well-equipped company. Which has developed nicely over the years. But we have been in the business for the last 25 years. We do have two main business units in our company. The first one relates to our brands, and we have 3 brands for which we develop the products, we manufacture the bulk, we fill the product, and we sell it essentially overseas through exclusive distributors. Well, we are a beauty salon oriented product line. And essentially, the products being offered through beauty salons are well-being products. Well-being in the sense that the product is good to your skin, is good to your nature, and so forth. Which is still the case, but more and more, the business is being developed through medical aesthetics. And those products are usually more performant in the sense that they contain higher percentage of active ingredients. But those products, you buy them through dermatologists or you buy them through medical clinics, whereas the beauty salons, the well-being products, you buy them through the beauty salons. Now, obviously, you can have good products if the beautician herself is able to apply the treatment in such a way that it's going to be very good for the customer, which is not the case when the consumer buys the product directly from the dermatologist or from the pharmacist. So the active ingredients makes the difference of the role that the beauty salon is not playing while it's not performed by a professional beautician. So we have three lines. I mean, Aquatonal, which is retail and professional body, facial and body line, essentially geared to the beauty salons and spas. The second line that we have is Beauty Med. It's medical skincare, aesthetic, essentially for the face, sold in medical dermatologist segment, essentially in the Middle East and in Europe. And here in Asia, it can be both, either being sold through beauty salons or through medical doctors. And the other one that we have is Talaspa, which is a body line exclusively for the beauty salon, for the spas and the thalassotherapy centers. Well, you know, the consumer, the ladies and the man always expect that by using a product overnight, it's going to change. Okay. And they are going to be beautiful and so forth. Now, we have to be realistic. Unless, you change your eating habits, unless you do some sports, any skincare products, will not really have any impact unless you are using injections. So it's an overall situation. Obviously, our products are going to be very good according to the skincare, to the skin treatment that you have. But the consumer needs to make an effort himself, to get the most benefits. From its own exercise, from the own feeding habits, plus the good effect, of the skincare products. But skincare products are more and more performant. Nevertheless, they are being manufactured, at least for the consumer, not to harm anyone. So that's why we cannot use ingredients over a certain percentage. So all that has to be made to secure the consumer, except the professional products. Why then it's in professional hands. So the ingredients can be more important. The manufacturer is taking a little more risk for the benefit of the consumer, but it's being done by the professional beautician or it's being done by a doctor. So it's reduced, the risk level, not to hurt, the consumer. If a lady smokes, you could see that she can use any types of products. Her skin is not going to be as good as a lady who doesn't smoke. Just like a lady who makes exercise, she will be more fit with her body than someone who doesn't do it. So one complement to the other. Well, we got to do some history now. Mr. Suririk has had the representation of our skincare lines, for many years, which he has been using in its own network of beauty salons. I think he manages 7 or 8 beauty salons in Singapore, and he has always been very pleased, with the quality of the product, with the pricing of the product, and the servicing that we give. So he's a young entrepreneur, and he asked himself, why should I not started, school, an academy, for beautician, despite the fact that there are many on the markets. There are many schools, but he feels, that, and I agree with him, that he can do better than the market. Better than the market, in the sense that not only the product, but the techniques, of the teaching and so forth. And in our group, we have a beauty academy in Europe as well, which is going to help him, to develop the syllabuses, the program, the training sessions, and so forth. Well, it's going to be challenging, but interesting as well. I think he's coming with a new approach to the market. And obviously, you can judge, by the quality of the school, the quality of the training people. They all have a lot of experience, not only in Singapore, but in Europe as well. So this is going to help, develop the first-class schooling, in Singapore. Not only, by the way, for Singaporean, but for foreign people as well. We ourselves, it's difficult for us, to provide training to certain of the beauticians working for our importators. Obviously, we can send a professional trainer to Malaysia or to Indonesia, so the lady is going to talk, is going to stay there for a week and so forth, and at the end, she disappears. So here in Singapore, it's going to cover that network and be able to train our own people as well, our own people working for our importers, in every country. Well, it's a feminine work. There is no doubt on that. Many years ago, when a young lady, a young girl, she didn't qualify to university level, to become a lawyer or to become a doctor. She was going to the hairdressing or to the beauty salons industry, where it didn't need qualification. Now, it needs more and more qualification, not only in terms of general culture, general knowledge, but as well, teaching, learning, what it takes, to be a beauty salon, a beautician. In many countries, anyone can be a beautician without any credentials, as long as you have money to buy a beauty salon, to start to operate and do something, few things like that. No. Now, I think there is a lot of future for the young lady, while the spa business has developed very well, over the years. The more that people are experiencing a stressful life, they need to relax, and people themselves, needs to feel better in this country. And the market, has been growing very fast, over the last years, and it will continue to grow. It will continue to grow, there is no reason of that, no doubt on that. Well, they need to upkeep themselves on the trends trends, which are changing. Changing in terms of products, changing in terms of how you learn to apply the products, not only the treatments, but the ingredients as well. 10 years ago, no lady will read the formulation of the product, which is printed on the outer boxes. Now, the consumer, they ask, what is paraben? What is MIT? Is there any colorant in your product? And the beautician has to increase the knowledge, not only in terms of practical training, but as well what there is in the product. To make the customer understand, not only what's being done, but the effect it's going to have, by using such and such ingredients according to her skin types. So she needs to go back to school. She needs to go back to school, and either the brand for which the beauty salon is working provide that type of services, or they don't. In this case, they need to come to eMaster, for additional training. Refreshment course, but refreshment according to the way the industry is moving, the consumer is moving, and their habits as well, which are changing. Well, we are constantly testing new ingredients and formulation. Obviously, anti-aging. It's a main issue why everyone likes to keep young. And on the body side, it remains to be slim. So those are the two main issues. But before you you start using anti-aging products. You're a young lady. You're in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. You have a different skin type, so we need to provide the right products for each skin type. And for this, we have a special computer development, which helps to determine what's going to be the best product, for the consumer. So not only now do we rely on the judgment of other beauty salons, the beautician, but as well the computer helps confirm, what is the judgment of what they think about it.